Hey, owners, grab your cups. Guess what? It's time for Motivational Monday. Lady-o, let's go.
Say I am unstoppable. Let me hear you say I am unstoppable. And let the horns play. Hey. Oh yeah. I heard that I would fail. Then I heard you won't prevail. Then I heard all the things that I can't do. And then you strength.
Good morning, everyone. It is time for the Own Your Now show. I am your host, Tracy Berry McGee, also known as Divine T.
And I'm your co-host, Yolanda Langford, and you know what they call me, Lady Yo.
That's right, Lady-o, Lady-o,
Yes.
Lady-o. You know what? It's the weekday. It's Monday.
Yes,
and I got to
indeed.
ask you, what is in your cup?
Well, you know, I'm drinking a little black tea with a little honey.
Oh, because you're so sweet. Isn't she sweet?
What you sipping on?
You know I'm sipping on black coffee. No sugar, no cream. How was your weekend, girl?
My weekend was good. You just keep laughing. You must have had a great weekend because you are
Hey.
definitely coming with all the giggles today.
Well, you know what? It was like I got an extra day to celebrate.
That's right. We're celebrating Memorial Day.
That's right. Memorial Day.
You know, this is the day we honor those who have passed while serving. You know, a lot of times during Memorial Day, you often think of people who just served and they're still alive also.
Right. You know, I want to talk about that. Who are you celebrating today?
Well, you know what? I have some cool uncles that have served, and there was an uncle when I was a little girl. His name was Uncle Chunk.
Uncle Chunk, y'all.
Uncle Chuck. He was Loveless Mitchell, and he served in the military, and he has passed on. So that was always something I like to do, is honor him. And then I have a bonus grandpa that I honor too, James Boyd.
Yes. You know, I always love this time of the year because me and my grandmother, we would go to Jefferson Barracks.
Yes.
Which is a cemetery that honors all of the veterans and make sure that we cover everyone. My great grandmother is there as well because you know, if you're married to a veteran, you can be there also. So it was always a great experience to go there. But you know what else?
What else?
This is the time of the month, y'all, that folks barbecue, the kids get to stay out late, the swimming pool's open, and all the white parties begin.
You know what else, Tracy?
What else?
Baby showers.
Oh my goodness, you're right.
You know why though? There's a lot of baby showers because of the pandemic babies.
All right, y'all. Who out there has some pandemic babies? Because this is like post-pandemic, right?
Yes, you know, and it's crazy because they say those pandemic babies are a little bit different.
They are.
Walking at 8 months, talking,
Yes.
all that good
Crawling.
stuff. Crawling.
I'm looking forward to the baby showers. You know, I'm just glad that my grandbaby came a little bit before the pandemic. But speaking of babies, who do we have today as our Vibrant Vibe guest?
We have the Doula Report. It consists of Charity Bean and Kyra Betts, two of the most requested and respected doulas in the STL.
That's right. You know, and this is so essential because, you know, our black babies, they have the highest infant mortality rate. And it's so important that we understand the value of having a doula in your space. Did you have a doula when you were pregnant?
I did not. And I thought I was an informed mother-to-be, but I didn't have a doula. But that is something that's so important. They can support you in so many ways.
Yeah. You know, the thing about it is some of the information that they need to know, that we need to know,
Yes.
and our families need to know is different because oftentimes we don't get the resources that we need. So I'm looking forward to all of them coming in. And the thing about it is, you know, a lot of times people feel like, you know, that's a luxury. But it's not a luxury, it's a necessity.
Definitely a necessity. And you know, Tracy, we both have daughters.
Yes, we do.
You know, I have a combined 5, and you have 2 daughters. And
a son.
And a son. But and men can be doulas.
Yes.
And men need to know about doulas. So let's include all the kids.
Yes.
But the fact that we will be having some grandchildren, hopefully,
Yes.
more than the one each we have. And we could tell them, get yourself a doula.
Yeah. I'm going to make sure that they have one because it's important that our community is educated. Doulas that come in, they are educated thoroughly. On pregnancy,
Yes.
Labor, childbirth, postpartum, all those things are important. Postpartum especially.
You know, postpartum it can change women's lives and in fact, change family lives. So it's important to get a handle on that. And self-care, can't talk too much about that. Self-care is so important, especially for moms.
Especially for moms. I know I was struggling when I was a mom. You know, it's a big space to be in, you know, trying to understand yourself, your body, and all those things. No manual comes with it.
The hormones.
The hormones, the hormones. But speaking of hormones, speaking of taking care of yourself, you know we got to do our cup of therapy.
I'm ready.
When we return, get ready for our cup of therapy.
Sponsored by Snooks,
the friendliest store in town.
This is sirloin. Tastes like filet mignon.
Best beef in town.
Who taught you how to grill it like this?
I got a guy.
I got a guy, too. We've all got a guy.
Well, my guy is kind of...
Yeah, and he's got that... Wow. Same guy.
Same guy?
Top quality meat
I love that guy.
and great advice.
Who's next?
Another reason we'll see you at Schnucks.
I'm Charity.
And I'm Kyra, and we are the Doula Report,
Keep watching the Own Your Now show on
the TV network.
So now it is time for our Own Your Now cup of therapy. This month, we are wrapping up mental health awareness. We are also wrapping up domestic violence awareness, but we have to understand the value of taking care of yourself and your well-being. You know, we have to stress that. No pun intended. We have to stress it. We also have to check on our strong friends. It's so important that you know the value of saying to yourself, I am enough.
Yes.
You know, it's good for me to be able to look at you and say, Lady Yo, are you okay? And you say, I am well.
I am well, and I am enough.
I am enough. I love that. I am well in my soul.
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Well, my affirmation word for today, our Own Your Now affirmation word for today is life. It's important that you understand that birth and life is such a beautiful experience. There's nothing like it. But we must also understand to live our lives to the fullest.
Yes.
Not just exist, but live our lives to the fullest. You know, that's what self-care is all about. So if we just take some time, it's time for our transformational stretch. The song is Changes by Lady Bree. For those of you at home, take some time to stretch with us. Take a deep breath in and let it go. A deep breath in and let it go. We're going to reach out to our strong friends. We got this.
We got this.
I love her.
I love her.
Oh, okay. Cross over. Bring your hands in if you can, and bring it as close to your heart as possible.
That's how you know you're alive. You feel your heartbeat.
I can feel my heart.
Yes.
Be intentional about your affirmation words. Take a deep breath in and out. And then we do what?
Hug yourself.
Hug yourself.
Tight. I always say the first person you should hug is yourself in the morning.
Better.
Go ahead and do it, owners.
That's how you
You
live
are
your life
enough.
completely. Yes, we are. Collect a breath in. Now release. How do you feel?
Amazing.
Yes, amazing. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Speaking of amazing, what is our sipping off the saucer dish of the week?
Ooh, I have something simple. You know, every woman and man loves a one-pan dish.
That's right.
Today I'm going to talk to you about chicken and veggies. Simple. Get you a cast iron skillet. Get the vegetables. You can get carrots, celery, and some potatoes.
Okay.
Put that in your skillet. Sprinkle the seasoning. That's the key. People usually just season the chicken. You have to season your veggies first.
Okay.
And then you get your chicken, whatever, leg. Some people leg people, some people are, thigh people. Get your chicken and lay it on top. And then you get some butter and put some fresh garlic. Now get you a bulb
Fresh
and
garlic,
roast
y'all.
it. And then
Okay.
you mash it into the butter and you spread that all over your chicken. And the other
yes.
key is anything that you put in the vegetable,
Right.
the seasonings you need to put on your chicken.
Okay, because you
And-
don't want it to be like dry,
No,
don't have flavor.
Let me tell you, butter makes everything better.
Butter makes it better. Butter, baby.
So butter, baby, makes it better. So you put that in the oven for about an hour at 400 degrees. Uncover it, 20 minutes. and you will look like a chef. And the aroma. And don't forget the fresh herbs. Lay those on top.
I've
and that
seen
just
you
makes
do
your
it. I've
kitchen,
seen you
it just
do
makes
it.
your kitchen just smell so good.
I've seen her do it, y'all. She has the rosemary and the basil.
Yes.
You know what? That sounds delicious. That sounds delicious. It sounds like something you would crave if you were pregnant.
No. You know, what did you crave, Tracy?
Oh my goodness, I craved French fries and pancakes, y'all. I know that sounds crazy, but I would go in order pancakes and French fries. What about you?
I had to have a watermelon a day.
What?
I did. I loved watermelon. Nothing else, no ice cream, pickles, or anything like that, but watermelon was my thing.
Oh, wait. I also did crave chocolate. I craved ice cream, strawberry sundaes.
Wow.
Yes. And my daughter loves strawberry sundaes.
Well, that's probably why. And my girls love watermelon. That's probably why.
Yes. All right. Well, speaking of craving, you know what? We got to get ready. We got to get ready for the Doula Report.
Yes, Kyra and Charity. They are here to talk about being a doula. And this is sponsored by SM Health.
SSM.
SSM Health. Yes. I missed the S.
Hello, St. Louis. It's Cedric the Entertainer here, back in my beloved hometown with my sister Sharita. We are so excited to continue our support of SSM Health Foundation St. Louis.
We must continue our efforts to raise funds so that we can ensure that all the amazing, generous, and loving women in our lives have access to the health care that they deserve.
Visit give2ssmhealth.org/women's health to learn more.
At Keith's Realty Group, we're focused on helping you in the home buying and selling process, standing with you every step of the way so you can own a new home or sell your existing home successfully. Budgeting, credit building, and down payment. Everything you need to know about the home buying and selling process. We're not just selling you a home in the community, we are helping build communities. By keeping focused on you and your needs, we can put you in a home for a lifetime. Keith's Realty Group, selling communities one key at a time.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
As promised, we have the two most requested and respected doulas in the STL metropolitan area. They have teamed up to fight Black maternal and infant mortality. Please welcome, get yourself a doula sis, Charity Doula Bean and Divine Flower Child, Kyra, also known as the Doula Report. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Well, ooh, they even sound like a singing group. I mean, let me tell you what. I heard the word doula report, and that sounds serious. But you know what, ladies? Before we get started, talk to us about what's in your cup. What you have in your cup?
This morning I am drinking tea, fire pot tea.
All right. Fire pot tea. How about yourself?
Coffee.
Oh,
I
she
need
said
my
that.
coffee.
Oh, she said that so serious.
Yes, girl.
I
She
need
said
my coffee.
A doula needs some coffee.
I do.
So I want to know, first off, is it black with no sugar, no cream, or do you have like a little sugar cream? What you got?
I have a little cream, but I like a nice thick. Just give it to me.
Okay.
Black coffee.
I like it.
That's it. All right, so the Doula Report. Charity, talk to us about actually what is a doula?
Well, actually, a doula is a labor support person. We educate, we advocate, and we empower our clients. We get mixed up a lot with midwives. We don't actually deliver babies, but we're there throughout your pregnancy journey into childbirth, as well as into postpartum.
Right,
Now that postpartum is serious. A lot of times women do go through postpartum. When you are talking to someone and going through the first phases of this, can you tell a person if might have postpartum by the way they're reacting throughout the months?
Yes, you can. There are signs there. Generally, it start with lack of sleep, not taking care of themselves, and by that, like just not even going to shower and things. But having that relationship with your clients kind of puts us in the forefront to catch things because they may not even realize that they're experiencing this. So that's where we come in, as well as empowering their family, their partners. Like
That
this
is
is what you
important.
need to look for in her. You know,
Yeah.
not getting that superwoman syndrome, as I like to call it, where
Yeah.
it's like,
Yeah.
just
That
give me my
part.
baby, just give me like, let us help you. You know,
Let
the
us
thing we
help
do where
you.
it's like we don't want to accept help.
And that's important, you know. When as a mother, I remember my grandmother wanting to be there, my mother-in-law. You know, all of that's important.
Yes.
Kyra, you talk about the fact that, you know, having a doula is a human right.
Yes.
Speak to us about that.
So I say it's a human right because a lot of people look at having a doula as a luxury, right? Doulas, unfortunately, we aren't free, you know, and most insurance companies don't cover it, which they should, because every woman has a right to have that informed support.
Yes.
And I always say the difference, you're just speaking about your family, the difference is your family cares about you,
Yes.
a doula knows how to care for you.
All right.
We have that knowledge and that information for that advocacy, and everybody deserves, every birthing person deserves to have someone in their corner that, number one, is going to honor them and uplift them primarily. Like, the mama is my job, right?
Yes.
And so
love that.
every birthing person deserves that, period. There's no line of, oh, well, only women who can afford it, or only affluent women, or only white women, or only black women. Every single woman deserves a
And so that speaks
doula.
to every birth matters.
Yes.
Talk to me, Charity, about why do you say every birth matters?
Every birth matters because it's a life-changing event.
Yes.
I think we have that mentality where it's like, oh, people have been having babies for forever, for hundreds of years, but we never really sit down and look into how this really changes you. When you give birth, I always tell people you're reborn.
Yes.
You will never be the same person, even if you had 5 babies and this is your 6th. Well, guess what? Your life is changing around this new baby because you're adding in a new human being, a new person to your everyday life.
Right.
And with postpartum, as we were discussing, it honestly takes up to 12 to 18 months to heal mentally, physically, emotionally,
true,
and
true. That's
spiritually.
true.
I mean, I'm talking
I
from
felt it all.
experience.
Yes.
You know,
We all have.
all babies, all births are different.
Yes.
All births. There
are.
is not. I have been in hundreds of births. Just with even my medical background and let alone being a doula, I've been in 100 births and hundreds of births, and every time something's always different. I don't care how similar the setting is, same place. You know, hey, maybe we're using Pitocin, maybe we're not. Something's always different, let alone the big difference is you're a different person.
Yes.
Look,
So it's a different experience for you.
Yeah, I was trying to be a doula. I don't have any experience, but you know how somebody's like, "Can I go in the room with you?" And I thought it was gonna be all great, like kind of like my own pregnancy. I was like, I'm gonna just push this baby, help her, just push the baby out. All of a sudden, some things happen and some smells start coming. I was like, what's happening? They started like, I gotta get the baby out. I was like, okay, I don't know what I'm doing. Breathe, girl, breathe. I want to know, Kyra, talk to us. But you know, I'm saying that because I know how important it is for us as women, especially African American women, women of color. We deal with all of those fears. So to have someone that is informed, Kyra, talk about informed care and how important that choice is.
So I always tell my clients, I chose all of my own birthing decisions for my birth, right? They can get whatever they want. I want them to be informed about it. I want them to know the pros, the cons. I want them to be in a situation where if the doctor or the nurse comes in and say, oh, we want to do X, Y, Z, they say, oh, yes, I know about that.
Yes.
You know, and they actually genuinely do know about it. That no one can just tell them we have to do X, Y, Z. They know what's going on, and they've made all of their own choices because I don't care what you choose. You can choose to have a completely medicated, induced birth. That's fine. That's your choice.
I got the epidural.
You mean you didn't go natural?
Girl, no.
I didn't either. My mom came in the room. She was like, "You look very relaxed." I was like, "Yes."
I was like, give me everything
I wanted
you
to,
have.
but you know, when
In my
it started
mind,
hitting you,
yes.
you're like,
It
"Hey,
does.
yes."
And I literally, I had an unmedicated birth. It's overrated.
Unmedicated.
It's overrated. And I want people to choose what is good for them based on information and being informed and not just, well, my doctor said this and they're a doctor, so I trust them because I hate to say it, but sometimes they be lying.
Sometimes. And you know what? I'm gonna tell you something else. Like with my last son, my last one, the doctor didn't even get up there in time. Like I didn't get. He came so fast. I didn't get to get the medication.
Oh my.
So sometimes you be thinking I'm gonna get this, and you don't get an opportunity to. But having a doula right there to say, "We got this.
We got this.
You got this.
No matter what.
And there's something about seeing a familiar face. I mean, because it is a little. A lot of energy goes out to have a baby.
Yes.
And to look up and see someone, and not all times someone may have a spouse or a partner.
Right.
To help them
And
with
sometimes
this
the
type of
partners
thing.
can't take it.
Oh, girl, wait a minute. Let me tell you. I have a best friend. I'm not going to mention a name. Her husband was in the room, and she was going to have a natural birth. But when they said C-section, he fainted.
He fainted. Yeah.
The nerves.
Speaking.
And I went into the.
We've seen that.
I went into the birthing into the room when they gave her the C-section. Girl, the baby weighed 10 pounds.
Woo!
I was holding this 10-pound baby.
At 3 months.
I know you all have some stories, and I like the fact that you put the sunflower and you put the baby, like once they're out. Talk to us though. You offer classes. They can do individual classes or together as a couple. Talk to us about that.
Yes, I actually prefer for them to bring their partners. And in fact, I say anybody who's going to be a part of this pregnancy experience, whether it's your mom, friends, whomever is going to contribute, I need to meet everybody involved and who's going to be involved in the postpartum portion of this baby. Because I want them to have this evidence-based knowledge as well as understand informed consent, because it's not always the doctors and the nurses who are the problem. A lot of times it's family members, because we're still working on breaking generational curses here. Where you know,
you're gonna tell me what it's supposed to be like.
Then that's what it is, you know. And a lot of times, especially in our community, we don't mean to pump necessarily to pump your trauma into a person, but you're not thinking when you're saying, oh girl, ooh, when you get them contractions, you're gonna be begging for an epidural. Don't do that. You know, and I let them know, you know, or even during this time, you're like, ooh, because I know when I was having you, it's like, no, now is not really the time for that. I don't need you to scare my birthing person more. Yeah, you're pumping fear without intentionally doing it. Or the ones who bash, like someone who say, I want to breastfeed, and they like, oh,
like you don't have enough.
Like you ain't do that. Or I've heard where it's like, that baby don't want your nasty breast in their mouth. I'm like, excuse me, you know. So I'll say bring everyone, because with these classes, you're going to learn so much and things that they may not have learned. And especially if my clients tell me they have someone who is kind of, you know, kind of tearing them down, rather intentionally, because moms will do it without.
And it happens without. People will say, "Oh, girl, you done got big with your pregnancy."
Oh, Lord.
You don't want to hear
the worst.
that. And then when you go into the birthing room, you're like, "Oh my goodness, am I going to lose this weight?" And I always tell moms, take your time.
Take your time.
You know, you're not.
Take your time.
Most likely, you're not going to walk out of the hospital back in your size before you got pregnant. It may take some time. Your body has changed. You have done a wonderful thing, birthing a child, carrying a child. So I always tell all my moms that moms to be, take your time.
Kyra, you speaking about taking your time, you talk about postpartum care.
Yes.
Speak to us about that.
So postpartum care it's almost more important than prenatal care, right? Black women specifically are more likely to suffer from postpartum depression, which now they're even calling perinatal mood disorder, because like you spoke to earlier, you can start to see those signs a little bit earlier. And it's important to, number one, not just be able to recognize the signs, right? But let's throw postpartum depression out the window. Your body still has to heal. We live in a society that honors the snapback. Snapback culture is toxic. And so we need to be, we need to inform families and partners about what you're supposed to eat. You're not supposed to be out here on a diet eating salads. You need warm party foods to replenish that nutrition in your body.
What they need to do, what y'all need to do is contact them so that you can have all the information. Tell them how to get in touch with you.
I can be reached on my website, which is www.doulabean.com. I can be reached via email, doulabean@gmail.com. Preferably those, because I have a tough time getting to the phone call.
We'll put all the information. Email is important.
Yes. So the Divine Flower Child, literally everywhere. My email address is KyraBetts@thedivineflowerchild.com. Facebook, Instagram. I'm literally everywhere at the Divine Flower Child. It makes it really easy for people to find us, but I tell people all the time, even if you're not going to hire a doula, at least talk.
Have a
to one.
conversation.
Have
At
at
least
have
talk
a
to one.
And
That's
y'all
awareness.
need to be easy to find because people are having babies everywhere.
Yes, everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yes.
Before we close, we want to ask, what is your affirmation word? I'll start with you, Charity. Well, you know I want to call it. I'll start with you, Doula B.
My affirmation word for today is just courage. I think a lot of, especially birthing persons, just have the courage to have the birth you desire and get knowledge of it and not let anyone discourage you from having your desired birth. This is your experience. So I say courage.
That's it.
How about you, Kyra?
I have a phrase I use every day. I deserve what I desire.
I love that.
Every single day. I deserve all the things that I desire.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You know, I'm a soul flower sister.
I
You're
love
my
it.
divine flower child.
I love it.
I love it. We got new nieces, don't we?
Yes, we do.
We're going to be birthing folks. We're going to be like,
It's just wonderful to see you ladies who look like us helping people who look like us.
Yes,
So
that's the
so proud
mission.
of you.
There you go. That's the goal.
That's it.
Mission accomplished.
Thank you.
We would like to thank Charity Doula Bean and Kyra Betts, the Doula Report, for being our vibrant vibe guest of the day. When we return, get ready for the Own Your Now flow.
Life is all about the journey. Life's curves, hitting the road fast or slow. Celebrations, anniversaries, and birthdays. Everything in life is about moving forward. Whatever direction you choose to go far, go in style. New or used, go with Fraser Automotive.
And now it is time for the Own Your Now flow. We must continue to educate, advocate, and support and empower our birthing families. Lady Yo, it is not a luxury.
Absolutely not. We deserve to have someone in there to support us.
That's right. It's a necessity. I got to ask you, what is your affirmation word for today?
After talking to those two beautiful ladies, advocacy. You have
Advocacy.
to advocate for yourself. If you can't, then have someone there to advocate for you.
Yes, that's what education is all about. We have to remember when it's thinking about the Own Your Now flow, we are all birthing life, but we have to do this together. We have to have the courage to ask someone to be an advocate for us. Advocacy is key, but when you have the courage to do this, you understand it's not a luxury, it's a necessity. And you have to be able to say, I deserve everything that I desire.
Yes.
And I desire to make sure that I have a doula. Go get you a doula,
Go
sis.
get you a doula.
Until next time, keep your cups full.
Go out and create some vibrant vibes. Keep sipping peace, love, and positivity.
And remember, tomorrow isn't promised, so own your now.